Welcome to the show today, with Loriana Jon on brain power breakthroughs. And as you all know, Jon is working through some brain power breakthroughs right now. A lot of things with going on with his brain.
Yep.
So we're glad that he's here today and that we're still together. Like
Yes.
this is our last day that we're together doing our podcast in the same room. But the show will go on.
Let's see if you can see that.
Oh, let's see if you can see it. The other day, it just would not.
Bring it up.
It just has a hard time with the light. There we go.
Yeah.
Can you see this view that we have here?
Such a horrible office for the weekend, huh?
Yeah, this is where we get to work today. Yay, it showed up.
Good. Very good.
So Jon and I talked a little bit yesterday about mentors, and we wanted to continue the conversation. So Jon, how has it worked for you to have mentors in your life, and what was your process?
Oh, well, first off, having a mentor was phenomenal and life-changing for me. And, I will say, I started just looking for someone online that I could relate to. I didn't look for someone that was going to come to my house and teach me. I looked for something easy. And the easy approach was I found someone online. Actually, I ended up, Jim Rohn was my very first mentor, and that goes quite a ways back. He didn't, but I listened to him. He had recordings online, and I just sat and listened to him over and over and over and over and over and learned so much about what I was wanting to work towards in that time frame of my life. And then I moved on from there, and yeah, I ended up taking some classes and went to some seminars. I was blessed to be part of Darren Hardy. Darren Hardy is the publisher of Success Magazine. I was blessed to be a part of his high performance forum. I worked with, as most of you know, John C. Maxwell, and was part of his coaching and speaking team. So, it was a matter of, when I was looking for a mentor, I looked for someone that was doing what I wanted to do. And then I just started listening to how they did it. And yeah, a lot of them have the same scenario that we've got here. You have questions, put them in the comments. That's literally how I got connected with Darren Hardy. I started watching and reading his Success magazine online. And it just carried from there on. Then I had the opportunity to meet him face to face, and that changed everything. And then, like I said, I was honored to be asked to be part of his high performance forum. And so, it's just a matter of find out what you want to do, find someone that's doing it, and just start listening to them. And you'll be amazed at how much you grow, how much you learn. And then, if you're lucky like me, you can reach out to them personally and connect with them, and they connect with you. And then you get that one-on-one connection, and you can go, who knows where you'll end up from there.
Right.
But yeah, I've been blessed to have some really, really cool mentors in my life. So
I think that is a real key to, sometimes we battle with the people that are around us and that are the closest to us. And, you might be having rules instilled upon you that you are having resistance. And so when you have resistance, here, Jon, let's do this exercise. Put your hand up here. When you've got resistance and you're pushing and they're pushing and you've got all this resistance going on, it's a fight. It's a battle, right?
it is.
But then once one person lets go or the other person lets go. So look, if I'm still trying to push, but Jon is just like, he's not going to give me that resistance anymore. There's nowhere for me to have that resistance. So I think sometimes we do that with people in our lives, like our parents or authority figures in our life, or, whoever it is that you're having resistance with, you're tired of them telling you what to do all the time, then it's time to quit doing the battle, because it's not getting you anywhere or the other person anywhere.
Very true.
So if you find a mentor, and gosh, it's so cool now, you don't have to do what we did in the olden days. We had to buy cassette tapes of these people.
Yeah.
And we would put the cassette tape in our car and listen to that all the time. Well, you got your phone now on YouTube and all these resources of people that you can find.
Yeah.
So I like,
Wish we had it this easy when we were younger. Holy cow.
I know. I had just all these boxes full of these cassette tapes that I would try and record people, or I would try and, ask them questions, and then I'd record them. Well, now I have a recorder on my phone, and I can just do this, and I can record every conversation that I want to remember. And how cool if you went to people and just asked them questions and recorded what they have to say and their advice to you. Like, ask people for advice and let them give you the advice without you being in that resistance of, do I want to hear this or not? And then use that in a way that really is going to propel you into the life that you want. So who were some of your mentors, Jon, that were so impactful? We talked the other day about one that was your boss and ended up Mr. Lincoln. Yeah. And so who were some of your other mentors?
Well, of course, John Maxwell was by far probably my most influential mentor, because I did work with his speaking and coaching team and all of that. But I am going to go back to my first one that I had said earlier, Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn was one of the early motivational and leadership speakers out there. And he did a lot of recordings online. In fact, if you Google him, you'll find all kinds of recordings of him speaking. And, he talked about life. He talked about how to create a life, how to build a life, also about how to build a business, how to create a leadership style. That's what I learned from him more than anything, because when I was really listening to him intensely, that was when I first started getting into the hotel restaurant industry, and I'd become a manager and became a leader in that industry. And I listened to Jim to help me understand my role as a leader, as a manager, and how to develop that to work with the people that I was working with at the time. And it was phenomenal, the work that I was able to bring from him. And some of his work I'd listen to him today.
Yeah.
He's such a dynamic speaker. And that's the thing I'll tell you is, if you're looking for someone to do this for you, they're out there.
They are.
They're out there. Search by industry. So you're looking for someone that's in the work that you want to do. And you can focus the search any way you want. But once you find someone that you feel like you can connect with, really stay connected with that person. Yeah. Really listen intently to what they're speaking about, and you will be amazed at what you will bring away. And then with the online communities that are out there nowadays, you can reach out to these online communities that have been, one of the things that I really took advantage of is I took advantage of the people that I knew were listening to John Maxwell. That's how I became part of the team. Was I started listening and talking with people that were already listening to John's work, already using John's work. And once I started getting encompassed into that part of it, then my influence of using Jon as a mentor drastically increased. So find that industry that you want to work in. Find that person that's doing it. Listen to them. Find their groups. Get in touch with them. Start building your own connection with these people. And the learning is astronomical at that point in time.
And it's all about the 5 people that you surround yourself with.
Definitely.
And they don't have to be in person. It can be the 5 people you surround yourself with and those mentors. It's the things you're putting in your head, the music you're listening to, the people you're listening to, the books you're reading, if you're reading books, all of those things, that's what's filling your brain and creating your reality and creating your life. So if you're powerfully tapping into these people, and most everybody has free things that they have probably put most all of their programs out there online. Most people do, because here's the thing that most people don't do is they don't follow through and do the work. And so a lot of the creators that I have paid to follow or paid for their programs or had them be my mentors, I've been able to find a lot of their work 100% in their Facebook groups or their YouTube channels or Instagram. They really give it all. So it's not something that you have to pay for. These are like things you can do for free to surround yourself with that great influence. So this could be for anybody.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so I want to touch on one other aspect. We're going to turn the coin now, and we're going to talk about you being a mentor to other people in your life that maybe you didn't even realize so much, because I know when you started down this brain cancer journey that your stepson set up a GoFundMe. And when he set up that GoFundMe for you, there were some pretty cool things that he stated in the description. And can you remember some of the things that he said? And
not all right off the top of my head.
Okay.
But,
We'll go back and try and look it up and
yeah.
put it in the show notes.
Yeah.
But how did it make you feel?
Oh, on top of the earth. When someone can reach out and specifically say, this person changed my life. This person helped me through a very dark time in my life. This person helped me through some struggles that I was really having a hard time getting through. That it just makes you feel really, really good to know that you had a part of that. And, Evan, my stepson, he was 10 years old when I met him, when I met his mom, and he scared his mom to death because he'd do things that would just scare her, and I'm one of those that, if I don't think you're causing any danger, I'm going to let you spread your wings. And Evan was one of those. I let him spread his wings because it didn't seem causing any harm to himself or any danger to anyone else at the time. And he took it and ran with it, bless his heart. And he appreciated it so much. And a lot of that came out in his statement for the GoFundMe account. He was just one of those. He was curious. He was curious. Well, I let him be curious. And where he needed instruction, I helped him with instruction. Where he needed to be held back, I held him back. Don't worry. He wasn't given free wing the whole time. There were a couple of times I said, no, not going there. But for the most part, it was, let's go there, but let's go there with guidance. And it worked out really, really good for him. And bless his heart, he's become a very, very, very cool young man with so much to look forward to in life, and all, he's doing so well. I mean, he's working in a career that he loves. He's advanced with his company very well. There's all kinds of things, that's kind of why we wanted to bring up this idea of mentorship is, you can take this travel alone, or you can do the resistance thing with somebody else
Yeah.
that's saying, no, you really shouldn't be doing that. Or you can find someone to mentor you to help you get there quicker, easier, better, and stronger,
Faster,
much faster. And
with grace and ease, like you
yeah,
said,
exactly.
you know.
And I will tell you, the one reason why I became a mentor was because I had mentors and I loved what they did for me. And it was only natural for me to feel like I want to give that back. And so it was an easy transition for me to become a mentor because of the mentors that I had. They were great men. They had great knowledge. They had great business acumen. And I learned a lot. And it helped me create very successful ventures. And, that's what we want for you guys. We want you to have, I mean, that's why we call the success for teams. We want you to succeed too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So I like what we talked about with, so we've talked about that resistance. We've talked about having a mentor and what it's like having a mentor and being a mentor. And then I like what your wife, Amy, said this morning when we were chatting. And she said, these youth and these kids are coming to earth at with a much higher intellect and a much higher determination and skills. And these kids are teaching us.
and they want to.
And they want to, that's
Want to
right.
teach us.
And if you want to set up a mentor program to mentor old people like us, there's even that option, because so many things. You could go set up in a senior citizen community, a senior citizen center, what are those commerce, what I mean, it'll come to me. In your city though, there are places that you can go for business.
Oh, yeah.
Or
workforce development
yeah,
programs.
yeah, any of those
Mhm.
where you actually set up face to face. You could go into assisted livings, you could go like any of those places. And I know those people will teach you more than what you're going to teach them. But what you're teaching them is like life altering for them.
Yes.
So these are some suggestions that we have in and around mentorship.
Yes.
Because you kids are teaching us amazing, incredible things.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it is with the resistance, because we're the ones having the resistance, because we fear the unknown. Most everybody fears the unknown. But what we can do with that is we can bring some peace and calm and grace and ease to that whole process by letting go of the resistance and the fear and just figuring out what is the best that for you, like who would be the best mentor, or if you've got these ideas that you want to start a group, reach out to us, because we've both done that in our careers. We have both been able to do that, and we've done it successfully.
Yes.
So reach out to us, let us know what those ideas are that you might be having, and we can set you in a path. Not that we have all the answers, but we know people who have the answers. Between you and me, we both know 6 people each about, but then those 6 people know 6 people who know 6 people who know 6 people. So that really is how we're so blessed all the way around the world, is because you just connect and you know a few people. And then you can always find an answer. You can always find a mentor.
Very true.
So, John, who was your favorite mentor?
My favorite mentor,
And
actually,
wait, I have an answer that I want you to say.
uh-oh,
Who loves you the most that you talk to every single day?
my mother.
I was hoping to get that answer.
And it's true. My mom is probably my favorite mentor because she's taught me a lot about life as well. Um,
And sometimes there was this going on.
Oh. more than sometimes. But when I look back at it now, I realize why that was like that and what it was for, and we used it correctly. And we learned from it correctly. More importantly, we learned from it correctly. And yeah, we talk daily now. We share all kinds of everything. So yeah, she's my biggest supporter in the work that I do. So yeah, she loves this. She watches all the time. So,
Well, we love
Hi,
you,
Mom.
We love you, Mom.
yeah. So very good.
Well,
Very
let's just remember those mentors and those angels that are sent on earth to be in our lives and recognize who they are. So that would be our challenge for you. Recognize who that mentor is in your life. Maybe they're already there and you don't need to go search for them.
Mhm.
But if you are searching, we're here to help you do that. Find somebody, like truly find someone. And you don't have to listen to them forever. Like
Mhm.
if it's somebody that doesn't resonate with you after a few months, then that's great. Then you can find somebody else. Keep adding to your circle of influence. Okay, well, great show.
Another great show.
No more resistance.
Oh,
And remember
don't
to
forget to hit subscribe, hit the little bell, and share this with your friends. And we look forward to seeing you next time on the show. Remember, if you have questions, put them in the comments, or if you don't want to be personable about that kind of thing in public with your name and your comments, that kind of thing, our emails are in the notes. Shoot us an email with your questions. We'll be more than happy to answer them on the air. Or we'll just email you back,
Yeah.
whichever. But if you're looking for help, shoot us an email. We're here to help you. Okay. That's what we love to do. That's what a mentor loves to do.
That's right.
They love to help. And that's what we kind of came on board this program to do in the first
That's right.
place. So,
That's right.
and we just don't have any resistance to it. So it's worked out really well. So hit that subscribe button, all that other stuff. We'll be more than happy to work with you guys and talk with you some more on another episode of
Brain power breakthroughs. We're getting better at this.
We think we are anyway.